Last time on Shadow Piece, the showdown of the Devil's-like pirates and the Marines had begun. In the beginning, the lieutenant and higher-ranked soldiers just got decimated by the retired but yet extremely powerful pirate crew. That was until Fujitora put a stop to it, forcing everyone to retreat and the fleet admiral to step up himself. This was merely a pretense to weaken the forces following the admiral that regained his youth. Defeating the criminals was only a secondary goal for Akainu on this mission. The Purple Tiger left to prepare for his own battle against a powerful opponent, but not before letting his superior know what he thought about his actions. Ragnar also sent his son to the actual Hachinosu island to follow his own story and help out the first friend he ever really made. And so, a battle between the Red Dog and the original Devil's-like pirates started. Each of the Devil Fruit users activated their powers, Ragnar entering his Zoan hybrid form, Verona animating 6 rifles to increase his firepower, and William spinning the roulette wheel to acquire a random Devil Fruit power. His crew members had to protect him as he had to reroll 3 entire times, as he wasn't satisfied with a Komadane Zoan, a Burp and Fart Fruit, or a Teeth Paramecia. Using his awakened abilities, he cheated and took Devil Fruit number 78, and when he gained the information of the Devil Fruit he acquired, a devilish smile appeared on William's face. Now that is neat. Here I come. Let's roll for initiative. The captain's preparations had come to an end, and the confrontation heated up. Sakazuki was occupied with the 2 pirates that came directly to his face, Duros and Ragnar. Their coordination was masterful, and even allowed for Verona to take clean shots with different kind of bullets. Beguiling bullet, bursting bullet, grasping bullet, shock bullet, seeking bullet, and the final creation of his partner Lissa, the V bullet. Most of their effects got completely shrugged off by Akainu, or only resulted in a minor interruption of his movement, but the V bullet was different. Over a long time, Conqueror's Haki got infused into the bullet, strengthening it more and more as the process continued. Not continuously, but with breaks in between. This one specifically had been charged for over a year in total time. In the blink of an eye, a chunk of Akainu's face got blasted off, just like he once did to the strongest man in the world, Whitebeard. These pirates, while inactive for a while, were still powerful enough to compare to the top of the world. But what confused Sakazuki the most were the actions of the captain William. He was just shuffling around the area and pointing finger guns at his allies. But he must have been doing something, as the ground below him crumbled away into the ocean wherever he moved, an opponent surpassing even the Yonko they fought against. And yet William looked like he was dancing around in a safe distance. It had been close to 2 decades since that battle, and they may have not been active in the eyes of the public, but they still had gone through some adventures. William was only 49 years old, and Duros was barely a year older. Verona was the youngest, being barely in his 40s, and Ragnar had already reached an age over 60. Those were still fighting ages in this world. In fact, they were all younger than Sakazuki, well, except for Ragnar. He was still fatigued from his battle against Dragon, but he felt confident in his victory against these 4 pirates, shooting magma eruptions at them, punching, kicking, and blasting them away. And yet, they never seemed to get exhausted at all. It almost seemed like they were getting faster and stronger. No, it didn't just seem like it. They really did. And there was only one person that could have been responsible for this: William. Akainu would have loved to execute him right this instant, but the 2 close-range fighters were not letting him get away. What was actually going on in this moment was William using the Devil Fruit power he cheated to gain, the Share Fruit. It allowed him to share things with other people, so whenever somebody attacked, he shared all of his strength and some of his speed with them. And to keep them healthy, he shared the health of the ground with Ragnar and Duros. So in fact, Akainu was facing not only the bear and the knight, but they had the stats of the gambler and the sniper on top of their base stats. On their own, Duros and Ragnar had about 25 strength, to put a number on it, and their mobility was about a 10 for Duros and a 17 for Ragnar. However, with the Share fruit, that got boosted by a lot. First, William took all of the strength and mobility of Verona, barely leaving him with enough to pull the trigger, and then he split his speed between the 2 frontliners. That pushed Duros up to 25 and Ragnar to 32, both very fast speed if you had to compare them to any other pirate or marine. But for strength, the captain of the Devil's Slug Pirate went with a bit of a different approach. Duras and Ragnar were incredibly swift fighters right now, and with William's ability of also sharing information by thought, their coordination has peaked. Whenever one was attacking, William organized the strength shares so that one person had everything. So they got a 184% increase, from 25 to 71. That would in fact be a strength never before seen in this world inside of one singular person. And yet despite that, Akainu still managed to withstand the attacks and counter-attack against them. The Devil Fruit William chose was the perfect support for this fight, at least with the quick thinking of him. In other hands, it might have been a more active combat or a recon kind of fruit. Each attack held the power to move the continents, but it was all focused on the Fleet Admiral alone. Since the war on Marineford, Akainu had improved a lot, and the battle against Monkey Dragon made him shatter his limits once again. In spite of all that, he was still basically only on defensive, just a punching bag, and any damage he dealt got healed by William quickly afterwards. Getting smacked around was unbecoming for a man of his standing, but this surpassed whatever he could imagine and what he heard from Vice Admiral Trevor. So when he spotted a ship trying to get away from the war, he formed a battle strategy surrounding it. He got smacked by the bear claws one more time, but this time he prepared it to get launched towards the ship. While in the air, he blasted a powerful magma fist towards the idiot pirates. Aww, the doggy's acting up. Ragnar, throw me into the sky. It's roulette time, part 2. With another use of his devil fruit, William turned into a mythical gargoyle to block the attack. He didn't even know the people on this ship, but on the off chance that they were important to Magnus, he didn't want them to get hurt. All according to plan. Meteor Volcano! After pointing both of his fists into the air, Sakazuki fired up a great number of magma fists upwards to let them then rain down over the ocean like meteors, creating a bigger and new battlefield for himself and the Devil Slug Pirates. Now he managed to end the miracle strength and speed of his opponents and could fight back for real. He got surrounded by the four again, and Ragnar went into his full zone form, swiping his massive bear claw at the Fleet Admiral. However, he just stood there, embracing it, before saying, "Is that the best you got without your tricks? Let me show you a real beast." His magma flared up as he unleashed an attack on the barbarian. Rude dog biting Crimson Lotus! The attack that was once stopped by Whitebeard got upgraded and was now puncturing through Ragnar's body. A wave of magma shaped like a fanged dog head took a huge chunk out of the bear's body, but instead of crying out in pain, he just laughed. Cha ha 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 ha! It's been a while since somebody hurt me this much. Kinda spooky. Verona didn't hesitate and shot 7 bullets into his comrade, but those were special healing bullets. The lost body parts couldn't be recovered, but the bleeding got stopped immediately. A new skin grew to cover up the wound. From here on out, the Devil's Slug Pirates had to be much more careful. But with Gargoyle William, they had another frontline tank to help them out. And this is the end of today's episode of Shadow Piece. I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, the Share fruit is actually an original fruit of mine. I actually had a story in mind for that I once want to tell you, but I never got to it. Maybe I can do that once Shadow Piece is over. But I think that's it for now. All that to be said is stay happy, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay cultured. Pyro out. Bye!